Morning everybody, John here, and today onto the garage. So I'm going to jump in Purdy and go do 100 miles or so. As this is one of our XK8 lifestyle videos, I thought I'd take you along for the ride on a not typical but rather nice Jaguar-ish day. Well, off we set. We're heading for the Midlands, a part of the Midlands I know very well, and I'm going to meet up with Derek, who was the lucky person drawn at random to receive the painting of an X100 in the abstract style that we gave away a couple of videos back. The reason I'm delivering it in person is I'm a little paranoid about sending the painting in the post, despite it being well packaged, and I would definitely fret until it got where it was going. Now don't get me wrong, if I'd have pulled somebody out of the hat, or Jay had, that lived in the States, then we'd be posting it. But as it's possible to drive the painting there, that's what we're doing. I don't need much of an excuse to go out in my car. I'll put my hat on, mainly because of the sun. I know you'd never guess it, but I'm completely bald. Well, in my opinion, a big part of the Jaguar lifestyle, at least for me, is, yes, I'd got a particular destination in mind that day. I was taking the painting over to the Midlands to Derek, but the rest of it I thought I'd make up as I went. And I really do like just pointing the car in one direction and then seeing where I end up. So, yeah, took a few of my favourite lanes. All the shots you're seeing and will see in the rest of this film were all shot in Lincolnshire. And whilst I was out, I thought, why not just cruise past one of the viewing areas at RAF Coningsby. If you're unfamiliar, RAF Coningsby is an airbase. Lincolnshire is scattered with air bases. And this is where the UK's quick response aircraft are to defend the nation. So anybody overflies us or gets a little bit close, it's Coningsby or Lossiemouth, I believe, if you're in Scotland or the north, where they dispatch the aircraft from. And like a lot of UK air bases, you can get really close. They're part of the community. They're not screened off. And on any typical day, you can pull up outside, as I did, have a quick coffee from a nice man with a van who was listening in on the air radio, and he was able to tip me off that a couple of Typhoons were about to do a vertical ascent, which is where essentially as soon as the wheels leave the ground they go to vertical with full power, burn off an awful lot of fuel, but they're up and above the cloud before any enemies can get close to attacking them on the ground. a live military airbase, you're of course not going to get any huge advance warning about what's going to go on any particular day, including it being very quiet and disappointing. But if the wind's in the right direction, they take off really close to the road where you can park up. And there's the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight based there and a few other things, meaning they're often taken off for air displays.
So a few words on Jaguar Lifestyle. What have I chosen to wear today? I'm in my smart things. Not formal things, but smart things. I got a set of trousers on that I've had for years and I love. And the material is known as moleskin. No moles were harmed in the making of these trousers. Think of a chino type material, but then imagine that it's been brushed heavily until it brings up a slight nap. I hesitate to use the word velvet because I am not wearing velvet trousers. It's a lot more subtle than that. They're very comfortable, they're very long lasting. I've got on a 100% cotton blue shirt. Again, great materials. It will last a very, very long time. Then I'm wearing a dark blue tartan waistcoat with a tweed front on it in wool. No, it's not Harris. Harris are beautiful. But for a Harris tweed to be a Harris tweed, it has to be made on one small island off the Scottish coast. So that makes them more expensive. This is just a tweed and means that I can afford to wear it as my casual attire. I think this particular waistcoat cost about £30, whereas a Harris would cost me 150, 200, which I do not think is expensive for something of real quality and with real provenance like that. But it's just my nice days outfit. And I got a 3/4 length fitted wool jacket, very, very fine. And quite a formal look, but because it's dark, it is very dark blue. You don't notice a few of the things like it has got a silk edge on a couple of the pockets and things like that, meaning it can be worn like I am, in a sort of casual manner. And as you've seen, I just popped on my driver, which is a style of flat cap. I could really do with a driver in a dark blue to match this, but this is an old favourite. It's bought from Debenhams, for those of you who know the brand in the UK. So nothing ridiculously expensive. But I treated it with a water repellent spray. Same sort of thing you'd apply to shoes, suede shoes particularly, meaning it's effectively waterproof. So I can wear this with a wax jacket on my leather coats, or even if I'm wearing a cagoule and it sheds water, it just means it's a better outdoorsy hat. So I've very often got this in my coat pocket, just comfortable, looks reasonably smart and very functional. And then I'm wearing some unfinished, very dark brown Chelsea boots. I gotta say, I wear Chelsea boots more than anything else, unless I'm in the garage or at work, or maybe pottering around in my shorts. I find them really comfortable. Call it lazy, call it what you like, but I don't have to mess around with the laces. They make a good walking shoe / boot. And again, they work with a formal situation. Maybe not in the unfinished leather, but I wear them in quite formal situations. Equally, you can wear them with jeans and they look completely right. Contrary to some people's beliefs, because sharing these sort of things with you, which I don't mind sharing, but I am no expert, I am not a clothes horse. I do not have lots and lots of clothes, and shoes being a really good example of that. If I'm pottering around in a garage, I'm wearing toe protectors. If I'm at work, I'm very often wearing toe protectors. I have some really formal patent leather shoes. I have the current pair of Chelsea boots that I'm wearing. I have a set of what most of you would call deck shoes. They're not trainers, not pumps. They're a shoe, but very casual. And I have wellies. And that's kind of it. So that gives you an impression. You know, I've got some nice things, but I don't have an awful lot of things. And I'd even want to cut down on the things I've got. I've recently started wearing waistcoats more. I always used to wear t-shirts and a cardigan. And the cardigans would typically be a nice cardigan, something like Weird Fish. But again, maybe it's an age thing. Starting to feel a little more comfortable, a little more proud of myself, if you like, with a waistcoat and a shirt. Plus there's a slightly practical element of, through years, and I mean decades, of wearing short-sleeved shirts and t-shirts everywhere, plus all the driving, I have noticed my arms have started to get rather dry and maybe looking a little older than the rest of me. So, yeah, covering up is also a little bit of it. I say waistcoat. If you're in the States and a few other countries, you might not be so familiar with the term, because in America it's almost universal to call it a vest. And that is something I'm not going to get on board with, because as a Brit, a vest means something entirely different. If we say vest in the UK, we mean Bruce Willis's favourite attire in the Die Hard movies. That is a vest. Almost always white, and yes, worn in the UK, but under a shirt as thermal insulation generally. That is a vest. So going into a gentleman's outfitters and asking for a vest will raise an eyebrow. They're not dumb, they'll work it out if you explain, but it's not an expression we use for a waistcoat or a waistcoat. And again, everything I've shared on that subject lines up with the concept of what is Jaguar lifestyle, Jaguar taste, Jaguar culture. It's admiring the timeless, admiring great materials, not enjoying anything that looks close to disposable or fast fashion thinking, whether it be in our choice of cars, what we like about the way cars look, or in the clothes we wear, the toys, gadgets, furniture, etc. that we want to buy. We want to buy fewer, nicer things that last and say, understated, class, without bragging. Any road, I'm going to get head down and start ploughing towards the Midlands.
as we've shown in some of the other videos recently, I did meet up with Derek, and Derek Beaumont won the painting that we had in a little giveaway competition, if you want to call it that, a few episodes back, and had a nice time chatting about Jags, and Derek and his wife supplied me with sandwiches and coffee, and then I set off again, and this time I thought, let's head back home and go via Revesby. The Revesby Hall estate has a huge amount of parkland, a lot of it again just sitting alongside the road that you can drive along and park next to, and it's quite famous for having a huge herd of deer for various varieties, and you can pull up alongside the road, and if you're lucky on a good day, herds of deer will be really close to the fence, and if you're unlucky they could be miles away. It's also a place where I've attended many little country shows, and there's an event called Skeg Vegas, which is a Volkswagen camper van and Beetle do, really well attended, and when I used to have Olive, the T2, we used to go there. My last stop off before getting home is just a little place near Skendlesby that I like to pull up. Often see rabbits shooting all over the road round here, and there's some fabulous views and little walks and strolls you can take, and you can admire the fields of rape, which again hit it at the right time of year, and some of it is picture postcard perfect. So I'll leave you with these images, and then we can enjoy the very short trip back to my house.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Stars, I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Ooh, look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest, smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me.
If you're enjoying our channel, then don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon so you get notifications of new videos. And please give us a thumbs up or thumbs down, and you can share the video. And below the video is always the area where you can comment and get involved with the chat.